I knew something was wrong long before I admitted it to myself. The realization didn't come like a storm. It came like a slow leak. Quiet. Invisible. Inevitable. That evening, I was sitting in my car outside my own house, engine still running, staring at the living room window. The lights were on. Shadows moved inside. Two silhouettes. Not one. My hands rested on the steering wheel, but I didn't move. My chest felt tight, not from panic, from recognition. The kind you don't want to have. The kind that rewrites memories in real time. Earlier that day, my manager had told me to go home. Overtime wasn't needed. For the first time in months, I would be home before midnight. I remember thinking my wife would be happy. I remember thinking I missed her. That thought almost made me laugh now. My younger brother's car sat in the driveway. He had been visiting more often lately. At first, it felt normal. We were family. He said he missed spending time together. But he rarely came when I was home. And I noticed things I pretended not to notice. My wife laughing harder at his jokes than she ever laughed at mine. Their conversations stopping when I entered the room. The way my brother suddenly started asking about my work schedule. Small things. Always small things. That's how betrayal hides. I turned off the engine and sat in silence. Part of me wanted to drive away. Part of me already knew what I would find. Knowing is different from seeing. Seeing changes everything. The front door opened without a sound. Inside, the house felt warmer than usual. Too warm. The air carried my wife's perfume mixed with something heavier. The smell of skin, sheets, and closeness. My heartbeat slowed. Every step felt deliberate. Controlled. Like my body had already decided how this would end. Then I heard it. A laugh from upstairs. My brother's voice. Soft. Comfortable. Familiar. Followed by my wife's voice. Even softer. I stopped at the bottom of the stairs and closed my eyes for a second. Not to calm down. To accept reality. My phone was already in my hand before I realized it. Camera open. Recording. Not out of anger. Out of certainty. No one believes calm truths without proof. The bedroom door was slightly open. I pushed it with 2 fingers. The scene didn't feel dramatic. It felt ordinary. That was the worst part. My brother turned first. His expression collapsed instantly, like a mask falling off. My wife gasped and grabbed the blanket. Neither of them spoke for 3 long seconds. I stood there, holding the phone steady, breathing slowly, watching the end of my marriage and the end of my family happen in silence. "Bye, listen," my brother said. His voice sounded smaller than I had ever heard it. I didn't respond. I just kept recording. My wife began crying, but the sound felt distant, like it belonged in another room. My hands didn't shake. My voice didn't break. Nothing exploded. Something inside me simply shut off. I turned around and walked out of the room. Down the stairs. Out of the house. The recording stopped at 43 seconds. That night, I didn't sleep. Not because I was emotional. Because my mind was working. Rebuilding reality from scratch. Every memory with them replayed differently now. Every smile looked fake. Every family dinner felt staged. Every "I love you" sounded rehearsed. By morning, the pain had changed shape. It became focus. Focus is colder than anger. And far more useful. I backed up the video in multiple places. Watched it once. Only once. That was enough. Sunday dinner came 3 days later. No one knew what I knew. My wife barely spoke to me during those days. My brother avoided my messages. They thought silence was protection. They didn't understand silence can also be preparation. My parents' dining table had always been a place of comfort. That night, it became a courtroom. We ate quietly for 10 minutes. Then my mother asked why everyone seemed tense. Perfect timing. I placed my phone on the table, pressed play, and leaned back. No one moved. No one spoke. The video ended, but the silence stayed. My father looked at my brother like he was seeing a stranger. My mother covered her mouth. My wife sobbed. My brother whispered apologies that sounded meaningless even to him. I raised my hand once, and everyone stopped. Control returned to me completely. I didn't want to believe it, I said calmly. But I don't argue with evidence. My voice felt steady, detached, stronger than I expected. I worked overtime for 2 years, I continued. For this house, for this marriage, for this family. No one defended themselves. There was nothing left to defend. I stood up and walked to the door. No one tried to stop me. Not my wife. Not my brother. Not even my parents. Outside, the night air felt different. Lighter. Honest. Some betrayals destroy you. Others introduce you to the truth. That night, I learned something simple. Love doesn't end with betrayal. Illusion does. I never returned to that house. And I never needed revenge. Because truth, once revealed, never stops working. And neither did I.